So I did a podcast with For Y'all Entertainment, some very funny YouTubers out of Canada. It's called Group Chat. It's kind of like a video podcast. And the topic was, do you beat your kids? They are both brothers who don't have children but plan on beating them when they get some. And I am a father who does not actively beat my children as a form of discipline. I'm a black man who does not actively beat my children as a form of discipline, okay? And I tell this joke on stage, and the black people never clap because black people generally, not every time, generally attack their children as a form of discipline. When I say beat, you could be popping, you could be with a belt, you could be flicking, you could be hitting them with a spatula. I'm just trying to think of all the things I got beat with. Those spoons on the wall. I used to get beat with that type of stuff. Okay? So, Melissa, we rarely beat the kids. Melissa beat them about 2 weeks ago, though. I just use the term beat, but that means spank or pop, warm them legs up, whatever. Whatever that may be. My wife and I both got struck as a child often. My brother and my sister and I both got beat often. I don't actually remember my sister getting beat that much. And I don't remember my brother getting beat. I remember myself getting whooped. Why you got to go back to work, JD? Willful disobedience. Okay, so here's how I feel. Shay Davis, you're super biased because of what you do for a living. Interesting. Here's the thing. It's what I feel like. I feel like black people, we beat our kids mainly because we got beat. When I ask people why they whoop the kids, well, I got beat. It's good enough for me. It's going to be good enough for them. Well, I got beat whole time and time again. Back when I was a child, I just got beaten, and that's what I know. Okay, that's what I know. My mama beat me. My grandma beat my mama. My great-grandma beat my great-grandma. And great-great-granddaddy Jesse Ray beat great-grandma Paul. That was domestic violence, and we're not proud of that, but he did it. And then all the way down to slavery. We got beat, and then we beat, okay? I mean, what else do I know? Spare the rod, spoil the child. That's biblical. That's biblical. I mean, the Bible says, spare the rod, spoil the child, and I got to beat him. I got to beat him. I don't know nothing else. Okay? So I'm going to tell you when I felt the dumbest popping my child, okay? My younger son kicked my older son, okay? So I flicked my younger son and said, don't hit your brother. And then as I thought about that, later on, I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would I hit you to tell you not to hit him? What am I teaching you? That hitting him is wrong, but hitting you is okay? Like, I literally thought about it like, that doesn't make any sense. Again, if you are a parent that beats your kids, do you, boo? I'm not here to tell you your parenting style is wrong and mine is right. I'm just telling you what I'm thinking and how I go. But I said to myself, that doesn't make sense. He did listen, but I don't want my kids to only do stuff because they're terrified of me. I want them to do stuff because it's right. Okay? So I hit him and was like, does that feel good? No. Then it doesn't feel good to him. Don't do it. Then I was just like, what was that? So, for those of you who beat your kids, what is the reason that you beat your kids? Is it because you got beat? Then don't just try to change it because I'm saying. Why do you feel like that is a method? And I'm going to tell you why I don't beat my kids, because it doesn't work for them. Zay very rarely does anything beat-worthy. And JoJo is just not an effective method. Black parents always feel like their children should be afraid of them, yes. They said it keeps them in line. For those of you who think God's what you're saying, you know you have to know your child and what works best for them. Not beating, but whooping is a difference. I'm using the term interchangeably. Whooping, beating, spanking, whatever you say. You have clients that beat your teens. My baby cousin needs to be beat. One of my nephews in particular, I'm not going to say no names, and I'm not going to say who's his mama. Whew, he's a handful. I don't any other way of discipline. It works for mine. Depends on the child. Light that butt on fire. I don't beat, I spank. Beating, spanking, it's interchangeable. It's interchangeable. Timeout for works better than whoopings. Foo stick ministry. I don't agree, but okay. I pop to get their attention. I do so the cops don't have to. My mom beat me because taking away things didn't bother me. It should be child dependent, sitting in the corner. It's quick. You beat your kid because it's quick. My 2-year-old is bad. He requires it. A lot of parents don't know their strength also. Yeah, Jay's kids are old. Wow, Mr. CJR. Wow. I pop my daughter because she doesn't listen. If your kid need a whooping, would you whoop him? Probably not. Probably not. I don't have time to teach in public, so it's quick. Disrespectful behavior will get your butt warm, but if your kids are bad, then what does that say about your parenting? That's an interesting thing. We assume that bad kids are a reflection of bad parenting. And I used to think that too, until Josiah Malik Fredericks was born. Josiah Malik Fredericks, I had everything to say about bad kids until I had a son who didn't automatically do what I thought he should do. My oldest son, Isaiah, was like, I'm going to do right. I'm going to make y'all proud. I'm mellow-mannered. I'm going to do what you guys say. You're not going to have no problems with me. Pretty much from babe to his age. He was just a mellow kid. He just was like, I'm just going to chill. Even as a baby. I was like, hey, welcome to the world. He was like, I'm going to just chill. You probably won't have to worry about me much. I'm going to be cool. I might have a smart mouth later in life. I'm going to try to be funny. But for the most part, whatever you ask me to do, I'm going to do. Whatever you don't ask me to do, I'm not going to do. I'm going to test you here and there, but not much. Josiah M. Fredericks came on this earth and was like, I don't know what you thought, but I ain't Zay. That's what I know. I ain't Zay. Let me tell you what I ain't. Zay. You thought I was going to be good. Nope. Ha ha. I'm going to do me. You going to have to, hey, all that Zay, chocolate boy wonder, all that ain't going to work for me, baby boy. J to the J-O, baby boy, I'm out here. My brother will tell you, anybody who's known JoJo since he was a baby will tell you, that boy came on earth with a different agenda. He was like, let me tell you what I ain't going to do. Whatever you want me to do. Zay eats food, no problem. JoJo was like, no. Zay wouldn't go to sleep easily. JoJo was like, sleep in the bathroom floor. JoJo would get out of the shower, dry himself off, and go to sleep on the floor. He fell asleep in the refrigerator, in a cabinet. On my Facebook, there's pictures of him sleep everywhere. They were complete and total opposite. When JoJo was a baby, he used to do this thing called turn off, right? And he would just like, and you would tell him to come on, he'd be like, I put JoJo in soccer, and JoJo's really good at soccer now. But I put JoJo in soccer when he was 4 or 3, and he refused to go in the game. And I paid the money. He loved playing soccer when he was little. He loved kicking it, but when it was like, go in the game, JoJo, he was like, I was like, JoJo, I paid for this jersey. I paid for this doggone practices. Go in the game. And then he would play soccer on the side of the field while the soccer game that he was supposed to be playing in was happening. Like he would have a soccer ball on the side and play soccer and not go in the game and play soccer. He would play football with Zay Zay's team. Zay Zay and Julian, all our other cousins, had a football game. He would try to run on the field during their game and play football, but he would not play soccer. And we beat him when he was young, and it never worked. First of all, I tell this joke on stage. You could beat JoJo and he would not cry because JoJo, y'all think disrespect is cute. Okay. Let me just talk through this before I start getting upset. I used to beat JoJo and he wouldn't cry. And I'm not just going to like hurt him. But I beat him the way a kid should get beat and he would just be like he would be hurt, but he has such a strong will, he would rather not cry than let you get the victory. And I wasn't just going to kill my kid. But he was like, y'all remember Glory? But no tear. He was just like, Joe, you would have been a good slave. Let me tell you what you would have been. A good slave. Because he took you like, he was so strong-willed. He could not be and even like I tell people, JoJo either gonna be a fullback, but probably not because I'm not gonna let him play football, not after all these concussions, or he's gonna be a Fortune 500 company businessman, or he's gonna run like the best criminal enterprise network. He not gonna be working for somebody. He's gonna be the team captain, or he's not gonna be on the team. He's going to run a Fortune 500 company, or he ain't going to work, or he's going to run a criminal enterprise. Because he cannot be bribed. You could, parents be like, do this for a cookie. First of all, I wasn't that type of parent. Do this for a cookie, do this for a puppy. He'd be like, no. Do this for money. I'm not going to do this because I don't want to do this. And if I do want to do this later on, I may do it. I may not. But I'm not going to do what you want me to do because you want me to do it. You can't be bribed and he can't be threatened. If you're going to give me a whooping, you're just going to have to give me that whooping. JoJo would rather be wrong and do what he wants to do than be right and do right. He know he wrong. He'll be like, well, I'm just going to... Like when Julian was here for the summer, when the boys shot the movie, Julian corrected Zay Zay, or corrected JoJo. He was like, Joe, you got to do this. And he was like, don't correct me. He was like, but this is right. And he was like, I know. Just don't correct me. I'm not, I don't, you can be right. Don't tell me anything. Don't tell me right or wrong. Don't correct me. And it comes off as very jerky. You guys got to watch this Arts and Raps episode in a couple weeks where he did with Dumbfounded. And he's so funny because he's doing Arts and Raps, right? And Arts and Raps is a show where kids do art. Maybe I'll Periscope somebody from work today. Kids do art and they interview musicians and rappers, singers and stuff at ADD. The problem is the kids are more into the art than the rapper. And the other problem is the kids don't know who's famous. They don't know you. So we almost had Timbaland, and my kids wouldn't know Timbaland from rapper Z because they don't know no rappers. They do know art. And Joe was drawing on a shoe, and he just thought that was the best art project ever. And in order to draw on the shoe, he has to ask these questions, but he doesn't actually care about the answer, right? So he asked this Korean rapper, Dumbfounded. He was asking him, one of the questions was about South Korea. He was like, are you from South Korea or North Korea? And the guy's like, I'm from South Korea. And JoJo's like, cool. What's North Korea? And the guy goes, well, North Korea. He's like, actually, don't answer. He's like, you don't want to know? He's like, I don't really, don't worry about it. And it was really funny on the video, but he just was just like, that don't really, I just want to draw. I don't really, the answer. I'm just asking these questions because I want to draw on this shoe. Okay, in order to draw on the shoe, I got to ask you these questions. But as far as like really telling me stuff, nah, I just want to draw. And in order to draw, I got to talk to you. But I don't really care. So one of the answers he always says on Arts and Raps is like, they answer the question and he's like, doesn't make any sense to me, but okay. And then he just goes back to drawing. He's just not that kid. So I used to be like, kids are bad, kids are bad. And I don't want to beat that strong-willedness out of him because he might need it if he's going to build a Fortune 500 company or he's going to be amazing at something. And like TD Jakes said that he used to ask a lot of questions and his parents used to beat him and then they stopped because him asking questions is what built him into who he was. So I don't want to beat his strength out of him. Yeah, we have beat some of the good traits out of bad kids. I don't want him to, because like what makes him difficult to raise can make him a good kid. And that's people, yeah, Jay, people always think I was bad. Jojo, I wasn't bad. My brother can tell you. I was a mama's boy. I didn't get in that much trouble. I was a little sneaky, but I was never just like, okay? And Melissa was a good kid. Jojo is just his own child. He's not like his temperament and personality. That part of it is not like me or Melissa. His comedy and personality, like his gregariousness is mine. But his like, that ain't me. He's his own person. He's closer to Jay. He is, Jay. I saw you say he's closer to Jay. Jay will be doing wrong like, Jay, if you keep having sex unprotected, you'll have kids. Just don't correct me. But this is how you have children. I know. Don't correct me, though. But you're going to have a lot of, don't correct me. Jason, you have a kid already. Don't correct me. But you know don't correct me. I like this. Jay, you have 4 kids. Don't you think you want to? But child support. It's really hard to go to 4 soccer games on a given Saturday. I like this. Jay, you have 7 kids. I like this. All your kids play sports and you can't go to 7 games. They're all on Saturday. I like this. Oh my God. But once Jay decided he was going to stop, he decided. Jay was out in the world living in sin, and then he was like, all right, I'm going to give my life to God. And then he just did it. It's just cold turkey. I like this. If I was you, Jay, you probably should wear a condom. I like it like this. But this way is going to give, I like it like this. I mean, if you're just going to keep doing it, wear a condom. I like it this way. Get her to take the pill. I like it this way. But her taking the pill is not going to, I like it this way. Oh my God. Do I think anything was beat out of me? No. Interestingly enough, I am who I am because exactly the family I was born into and the not only the family I was born into, but where I was born in the family, that's why I am who I am. My family, I try to tell people all the time, I am not the only funny person in the family. I wouldn't even, when we are all together, you can't even tell who does professional stand-up comedy or not. My grandma, funny. My mom will get people to laugh more than me or Jay. My grandma, funny. My mom, funny. My dad, not so much. My brother is funny. My sister is funny. Y'all don't ever get to see my sister. My sister is funny. My my uncles. Let me tell you what type of family I grew up in. I got some time today. Let me tell you what kind of family I grew up in. This is the type of family I grew up in and why we are funny. I got my tonsils taken out. I used to get strep throat over and over and over and over. Okay? I got my tonsils taken out. When I'm leaving the doctor, they're like, okay, when he gets home, he needs to rest. He can't laugh because laughing hurts his tonsils, right? So try to tell your family, like, you know, don't let him watch any cartoons or anything like that, because if he laughs really hard, it's going to hurt his family. My mom comes home and is like, yo, guys, Kev just got his tonsils out. The doctor said, don't try to make him laugh. My Uncle Daniel, my Uncle Marlon, and my brother were like, he what? He got his tonsils taken out. He can't laugh. It's going to make his throat hurt. And the doctor was like, please don't do that. And they were immediately like, bop, 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 bop. I mean, my throat was inflamed. Don't make him laugh, guys. Ferguson, farts. Ferguson is a word that made my brother, I don't even know the backstory, but the word Ferguson just makes me and Jay laugh. And now Ferguson, Missouri kind of messed it up, but the word Ferguson just makes us laugh. So my brother was like, Ferguson, Ferguson. I'm like, let's burn. Oh, Daniel had a friend named Ferguson. I didn't know that. I couldn't remember the backstory. It's just always been funny. So my doggone tonsils are not healing correctly because my uncles and my brother will not let me not laugh. I'm talking about I'm laughing and my throat is on fire, and they thought it was funny. They thought it was funny to destroy my vocal cords because the doctor said, don't do it. Like, that's the type of family I grew up in. The doctor said, don't do this. And they were like, oh, no, we are going to kill him. He's going to have to get another tonsillectomy. Or it took me a year to recover. I mean, it was. And the thing is, I really didn't mind it because it was funny. Then after they left, it was like burning like crazy. But they were just order a new throat online. That's probably why I can't sing. I could have been having an R&B group, but thanks to y'all, I can't sing because my tonsils are gone and they burnt it up. But that's the type of family I grew up in. We used to have, I mean, funny moments. And me being the middle child, I had to do a lot of politicking, and my sister was the baby. My brother got everything, so no, my throat didn't have a chance. So anyway, I said all that to say that where I am and who I am is a result of the family I came from. That is why my runs always run out. I could have been a comedian and a singer, but they broke my throat. My uncle's in here, black and blue. I don't see him commenting. I just see Jay talking to him. Yes, Jay had everything. He will agree. He better agree. But anyway, so JoJo was that kid who wasn't like, nah, dog, you just can't sing. My uncle can sing and play the bass at the same time. Jason, don't you lie. But anyway, so JoJo, when he was born, he was his own kid. And it was, I'm not going to beat him. At one point, I was like, I'm not going to beat my kids just because. Actually, what happened was beating wasn't working. Zay never got beat. Never deserved to be beat most of the time. Zay will cry. And Joe is more of a words of affirmation kid. So words will tear him down and words would build him up. So if you get down and like, listen, JoJo's not my favorite kid. I love both my kids equally. And I like some parts of them better than the other parts of them, and I like other stuff. You can't tell me he is. You don't know. You're talking about, yes, he is. You don't know. You don't, how you know? Uncle Daniel, black and blue, says Jason did have it. Thank you. I talked about this on Periscope before. Jason's so good at football. Everybody loves him. He is so fast. Look at him run. Kev is fat and slow, and he doesn't have teeth in the front. Nobody like him. Nobody like the Kevon. He is not fast in the football. His head is very large. He not wear the helmet for the football. Guys, just don't talk to him. Come, everyone, gather around Jason. He's very good at this sports. Look how fast he runs the track and field. Look at him. Kevin, go back in your cage. Go back in your cage. We don't want to talk to you. He's an ugly boy. Go back into your cage. Please, please, milk. Just milk and bread. Shut up, Kevin. Go back into your cage. Jason, everyone, all the townspeople, come and praise him. Come and praise him. Jason, he's good at sports. Jason, the girls, they love him. Jason, everybody loves him. He's good at drums. Everybody loves him. Kevin, he's fat and he has no front teeth. Kevin, he does not do nothing well. Kevin, he is just ugly boy. Kevin, townspeople, what do you think? Kevin, crucify him. Crucify him. Give us Barabbas. Give us Barabbas. Crucify him. What about Jason? We like him. We love him, actually. He is very good at sports and handsome and tall and good looking, and he has cool clothes. What about Kevin? Pretty much the opposite of everything. Jason is ugly and slow and no cool clothes, and also no front teeth, and also not that good at the drums or sports. Whatever you do with him is fine. We don't care either way. You don't even have to kill him. Just don't tell us what happens. We're not concerned. And my sister, oh my God, my sister was the only girl and she was the baby. So they were like, Michelle, she is beautiful. Give her all the toys and fancy creams and lotions. We love her. Buy her a puppy. We will give her godparents. And Jason godparents. What about Kevin? No godparents. Nobody wants to buy him anything for his birthday or like when he does good in school. Just only Jason and Michelle mostly. Why did you have that one? Only Jason and Michelle. We kind of like them both. Michelle's just very cute and pretty, and Jason is athletic and tall and handsome. And Kevin is, nobody wants to be his godparents. And what made it worse, not only did Jay and Michelle have godparents, they had the world's best godparents. My brother's godparents were an anesthesiologist and a head of nursing at a hospital. My sister's godparents, I don't remember what they did for a living, but they spent a lot of money on her. So Jay would get to go on cruises and to Las Vegas and all this stuff. And my sister got all these toys and everything. And they were just and we weren't rich, so my mom really couldn't do anything extra for me, but loved me. So I was okay at the base, but this is much later, Uncle D. So it was on top of having godparents, it was here, more gifts, more gifts. It's Jason's birthday. Bring the truck in. Bring the truck. All the toys. No, bring them. Move, Kevin. Get back in that cave. Get out of here. Get. Unless you're going to help unload this truck for your brother, get back in that cage. All right, just dump them out here. Michelle's birthday. Hey, all the Barbies and stuffed animals, bring them here. Get, Kevin. Ooh, I hate that dog. Get it out. Bring the truck for here. Dolls and fancy creams and lotions, teddy bears, easy bake ovens. Kevin, if I have to tell you again, do you want this biscuit? You know today's biscuit day where you get one hard-tack biscuit from the Civil War. Do you want it or not? Shut up and get back in that cage. This wasn't my family. This was the godparents. My mom didn't do this. My dad, it was their godparents. I'm telling you, my mom didn't have no money for none of us. She didn't have no money for Jay, Michelle, or me. But the godparents was y'all gonna be poor every day but this day. And I didn't really trip though, but me and my brother spent a lot of time together. We were poor together. We used to go, I told this story all the time, but it's still funny. We used to go to Peter Piper Pizza, which is kind of like Chuck E. Cheese or whatever, Peter Pan, depending on where you live. And me and my brother would go with no money and play the games before the money had parts. And then we would like touch this and all that stuff. And like continue 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. And then when people would go play their games, they would leave their pizza on the table, and we would go take the pizza and eat it in the bathroom. So I love my brother, and I love my sister. But sometimes I didn't like them. And one time my sister had a pink bear. And I've told the story on Periscope before. My sister had a pink bear, and her godparents had gave it to her, and I was in her room just looking at all the toys and drinking sweet tea, and I was just like, and I was looking at the bear, and it was like the bear was telling me, "Get out of here, you ugly boy. Nobody loves you, you ugly black boy. You ugly. Look at all of us stuffed animals. You ain't got no toys, because nobody cares. When's your birthday? Nobody cares, you ugly baby. You are ugly." And I was just like, and it was cold sweet tea. "Kevin, what are you looking at? I'm just a bear. I can't even talk. But you're so ugly that you think I can talk." Yeah, actually it was an elephant. And the elephant was like, "You ugly boy. Get." Remember that? Get. "Hey, everybody, gather around. It's Ugly Kev's in town. Ugly Kev, nobody loves him. He don't have no godparents, because God don't even love him." And I was just like, "Ugly, everybody. Ugly, 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 ugly. You ugly. You sure is ugly, and you ugly. Ooh, you ugly boy, ugly boy, ugly. You ugly, and you fat, and you ugly. Ooh, you ugly. We love Michelle. Michelle, my belle. We love Michelle. Oh, we love her. She's cute. She's chocolate. We love her skin. Her hair is pretty. She is in. Nobody likes you. You are ugly. Remember the color purple? You are silly. You sure is. You sure is. You sure is ugly. You ugly. UGLY, boy, you ugly. And all the stuffed animals were in line. Ugly, 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 ugly. Kev, get out of our room. You ugly, you ugly. You sure is ugly, said Kev. You are ugly. So I sipped that tea and looked at that pink elephant. And I just went and poured all the sweet tea. It was a pink elephant and the stomach was white like this shirt. And I poured all the sweet tea on that pink elephant. And I watched it dry, and the elephant was like, "No, please, my stomach." And I was like, "Who's ugly now, elephant? Yeah, I'm the man now. Yeah." And I stood there and watched it dry. And the funniest part about this story is I thought my sister would think this was ugly. I was probably 10 at this time, Kevin Bates. And my sister never did anything to me. My sister loved me. She, and this is not really her fault, and I'm sorry I did this, Michelle. She loved me. I mean, just adored me. Me and her were so close. I didn't really care at that moment. So I poured on there and watched it dry, and I thought she was going to throw that, because it was her favorite. Of all the stuffed animals, that was her favorite. So I thought she was going to throw it away, and she absolutely kept that bear for like 8 more years with that brown sweet tea stain on it and never even washed it. And after a while, she kept it just to remind me that I was wrong for that. Because I told her when I was older, like, I hated that stupid elephant because nobody got me nothing. And she just kept it. It's not really my fault. You guys should have got me godparents. Michelle's are awesome. Yeah. I don't know how I got here. But now I can beat Jason in sports. Ha! Unfortunately, there's no one around. But if we were playing basketball, oh, how do we ever get here? Good point, Derek. If we were playing basketball, oh yeah, Jay. Football, he probably, One time we were playing Turkey Bowl, and Jay was the quarterback of one team, and I was the quarterback of the other team. We talked about spanking kids. And it was the last drive. And it was only the last drive because people were tired and were ready to eat. But this wasn't when my toes turned black. There was another time. And Jay was quarterback. Dad, don't send me no pink elephant. Dad, why didn't y'all get me no godparents? Why y'all didn't get me all them people at Bethlehem Temple? Nobody want to be my godparents? Why y'all didn't get me no godparents, Dad? You came in and took 3 kids with a woman and you couldn't find me a parent. Oh, I'm just going to raise you guys. Jay has godparents. Michelle has godparents. Nobody cares about Kev. Yeah, Dad, why? Why? Did you guys even attempt? Did you interview anybody? Did you interview people and people were like, I'm so busy on every day of the year. I can't. Deacon Pete would have been good. Shell got Deacon Miller. Jay got Uncle Joe. Deacon Pete wasn't available. Where was Deacon Pete? Where was Uncle Rudy? My cousin Ben's dad, Uncle Rudy, was kind of like a de facto godparent, but he was all of our godparents, and I needed somebody just for mine. But why y'all didn't get Walton, Elder Washington, Adria? Nobody was available. They wanted God kids with teeth. Hey, you guys want to be Kevin's godparent? He doesn't have teeth. Sheila, stop asking us. When he has teeth, we'll ask, we may consider it. Well, the dentist said, well, when the dentist says he has teeth, maybe we'll do it. But y'all couldn't got a group of people would have been like, okay, I'll get him from like 6 to 8, but I'm out after 8. And then, okay, I'll take 9 to 11. Y'all could have like did a co-op. How did Michelle and Jay get him on birth? It should have been Jay, me, then Michelle should have been out of luck. But it was like, Jay, no Kev. Oh, you had a girl? Okay. Dad, where are you? Why didn't I have godparents? What was wrong with me? Why he don't love me, Uncle Phil? I shot my shot without him. I learned how to play ball without him. Get out with him. Why you don't want me, Uncle Phil? Oh. Seriously, I really want to know, guys, what happened? What? Was no one available in 83? Now I forgot what point I was making prior to that. What was I talking about? Yeah, who knows? But now, the tides have changed, haven't they, Jason and Michelle? Nobody's buying you guys presents now. Now that we're all adults, nobody's buying any of us presents, are they? But guess what? I was born in the dark, molded by it. You are merely adopted the dark. I'm Bane to you guys. You guys are Batman. Nobody's getting presents now. I've been like this. Oh, I'm adopted the dark, molded by it. By the time I saw the light, it was blinding. I'm Bane now. None of us are getting presents. And it doesn't bother anybody. Actually, it bothers you guys. Doesn't bother me. Ain't no pink elephants coming. Godparents haven't bought you anything for your birthday in a while, have they? None of us get presents now, do we? Oh, sad, sad, sad times for you guys. Nobody loves you now. No one ever loved me. Except my parents, but nobody extra. And my immediate family and uncles and aunts. But outside of them, no one ever loved me. Now no one loves you guys. We starting a pink elephant go for me. Oh, I done used all my battery. All right, guys. I gotta do some work. I'm gonna put this on YouTube, but I feel like I put these on YouTube, but I feel like you don't get it unless you're on Periscope. If you're not on Periscope, it's hard to get it. You know what I mean? It's so hard to get it. Oh, we ain't talking about being kids no more, Plumber Celia. I'm sorry. Like, I put them on YouTube, but y'all, they can't read the comments. Now, I'm going to put them on there because I get paid for that. So y'all ain't going to tell me no YouTube. No. I'm going to put it on there. But you can't see the comments, and it doesn't make as much sense while the transitions go there. Y'all don't put them on YouTube. How I pay my bills, I'm going to put it on YouTube. You thought? Not when I get paid. Not when I get paid. You muppet crap. I don't care if it only gets one view. Boy, what's going on there? Y'all trying to mess with my pocket. Y'all trying to mess with my pocket, boy. Y'all ain't trying to mess with my pocket now. Don't mess with my pocket now. Don't mess with my... I got to pay these bills. Y'all see the house? Rent went up. Rent went up. Rent went up. I'm not bragging on the house. I'm just saying the lights is on. Going on the tube, Derek Jackson. Going on the tube. I might cut it off after I stop talking about beating. Nah, we ain't moving, Angelica. It turns out they raised the rent here and then they raised the rent everywhere else. And then when we started looking, we were going to have to pay more to move into a smaller place. And then actually have to move. And we were like, no. Moving is already a pain. And rent has gone, it's just going everywhere. And I was like, man, forget it. I'm going to just have to keep getting more money to stay here. Like, I'm not going to pay more to live less. I'll pay less to downsize, but I'm not going to pay more. They were asking me to pay $400 or $500 more than this was even when they raised it to live in a 3-bedroom. And I was like, why would I do that? Oh my God, San Francisco is stupid. I was talking to somebody from San Francisco. They said their rent from like 99 or 2000, early 2000s to now went from $2,000 to $9,500, the same place. And he had to move to LA. You know your place is expensive when you have to move to LA to save money. That's how expensive San Francisco has got. He had to move from the Bay to LA to save money. San Francisco is the most expensive place to live in the United States right now. Even more expensive than New York. From $2,000 to $9,500 in like 10, 12 years. Bro, people ain't making that kind of money. He had to get all type of roommates. People are just starting, it's because Silicon Valley is booming and all that type of stuff, but that's just, bruh, even if you're getting good raises, most people ain't making enough money to keep up with that. That's just stupid. The tech industry is booming out there and they be balling. So anyway, I don't know, Jay left now. But I'm about to get off, and if Jay comes on, I'll listen. And then God bless you, God keep you. Oh, that's my brother, Jay. Hello, first time attender. They're my brother. He's back. All right, guys, I love y'all. I got to do some work before I go pick up the boys. Peace.